Hello, I'm DelusionDispeller, back again to talk to you more about why women stay in abuse and narcissistic relationships and why not to. So, you might not feel like you have a way out. Sometimes in abuse situations, the abuser will cut the phone lines, use weapons, threats. Now, this is a good reason to bide your time in leaving, but not a good reason to not leave. If an abuser is that abusive, chances are it was a building up to this point. You should have gotten help earlier, but don't beat yourself up if you didn't. Just start figuring out a game plan now. Start getting your own bank account. Have somebody open one for you if you can, or open theirs and store some money for you that you give them secretly. Make sure that you have a cell phone on you. Very important. I read an article about a woman where the guy did cut the phone lines after he abused her so that she couldn't call for help. She had a cell phone hidden somewhere, and she was able to call for help anyway. Thank God for cell phones, right? This is the right reason to use a cell phone. Have one handy. Weapons. One thing I always thought about when I was with somebody that seemed abusive, even in dating, was any weapon that I pulled on somebody could be used against me. So weapons are not my first choice to tell you to get. Tear gas, a knife, whatever. It's not always a safe thing unless you are trained in it, and even then, men tend to overpower women, and some women can overpower men. So I'm not sure telling you to have a weapon on you is a real great idea. But you do have other weapons. You have the weapons like your fingernails, to jab in their eyes, their throat, kick them in the groin, whatever. I've actually kicked my own stepfather in the groin when I was being abused. So there are times, but you have to psych yourself up to the point where it's a do or die thing, where you're worth fighting by yourself for, where you don't deserve abuse and you're fed up with it and it's time to take action. It's a very mentally challenging thing to do when it's somebody that you've loved and somebody that you're related to try to harm them to protect yourself. But sometimes you have to. Possibly a woman stays because of threats. And I'm not going to be so foolish as to say these threats won't be carried out, because we all know situations where the abuser abused the person to the point where they wanted to get out and they said, if you leave me, I will kill you, I will kill the children, I will kill the pets. They'll use any tactic they can to maintain that control and that domination. So if you are threatened, again, be careful. Safety first. Tell somebody you trust. Do it as secretly as possible. Start working on a game plan to get free. I'm not saying this is going to work every time, and I am not a savior. I can't guarantee you that some harm won't come to you when you do this, because I don't know everybody's situation, of course, and I don't know everybody's mindset. And some abusers are psychopathic or sociopathic and psychotic, and they may harm you. But just please, safety first. Do what you can to get out of the abusive situation. Alert somebody, take on a false identity with the police, whatever you have to do, get out. You don't deserve to be abused. Okay. And be careful if you're staying in the situation until you figure out your plan. Be very careful you don't provoke this person to rage if you know what their buttons are. Try to lay low as much as possible. Don't trigger them. Okay. A big reason why women stay is if they happen to be ill. People with things like fibromyalgia, MS, multiple sclerosis, other illnesses that require medicine that maybe the abuser has been paying for because he's the one with the job and she's not. Or vice versa. She's the one with the job and he's not. Illness is a reason people stay. They feel like if they leave, they're going to die because they need this medication to survive. Talk to somebody. Please talk to somebody safe. Talk to the police. Talk to whoever you have to. Tell them what's going on. Tell them that you're ill. Tell them that you need medication and you're afraid to leave the abuse because you might die without the medicine. There are shelters. There are police that will work with you on this. I know this for a fact. They're not going to let you be killed so that, the abuser has his way and because you can't get your medicine. So just talk to the right people. Call around. In fact, when he's at work, grab a cell phone if you have one, because that's the most private way to do it. Make sure you delete the number after you call. Call and find out what's available, what your escape routes are, what shelters are near you. Call friends. Can I stay with you if something gets bad? Call friends far away that he doesn't know about. In fact, establish friends and acquaintances as much as you can while you are in the abusive situation. Make sure you join a church, a group, something where there's lots of people that know what's going on. Have no big mouths that are going to go blabbing it all over town, of course. You know, guard yourself. Make sure you choose wisely who you share stuff with. But having friends and acquaintances, especially people with cars, is a very valuable asset. Especially if they live way somewhere out in the middle of nowhere where he doesn't know where it is. So that you can escape safely till you can get to the police, till you can get things in order and figure out where you're going to go and what you're going to do. Alright, stay tuned, I have more. Thanks for watching. Be right back.